In the rolling hills of Rabai in Kilafai County, nestled between old baobab trees and winding red dirt paths, lived 5 children known throughout their village for their unbreakable bond. Lenon and Leroy were brothers, brave and clever. Their cousin Sammy, a bit older, was quiet but sharp-eyed. Chloe, Lenon's younger sister, was bold like fire, and Maya, their cousin, had a heart as big as the ocean. One dry season, the village faced a hard time. The maize had failed and even the goats grew thin. The elders whispered of the days when rivers never ran dry and mangoes fell heavy from the trees. Now it was up to the younger ones to help in small ways. "We'll go hunting," Lenon declared one morning. "We'll bring back bush meat for the family." "I'll come too," said Leroy, holding up his homemade slingshot. Sammy nodded. "We'll check the old thicket near the Kaya forest. My grandfather once said it's rich with game." "But what about water?" Chloe asked. The jerrycans were already empty, and Mama's voice from the hut reminded them how important it was. Maya took Chloe's hand. "We'll fetch water from the far well, past the cassava fields. You boys go hunt. But be careful." They split with a promise to return before the sun touched the horizon. Into the bush. The boys moved silently through the forest path. Birds chirped above and the thick scent of wild herbs filled the air. Sammy stopped suddenly. "Shoo, guinea fowl. Listen." Sure enough, they heard the fluttering clucks. They crouched low. Lenon threw a stone and Leroy circled quietly. The bush rustled. They didn't catch the guinea fowl, it was too quick, but they laughed at how Leroy fell in the mud trying. "One day," Lenon said grinning, "we'll be hunters like the old ones." They tried again, this time spotting a dik-dik near the acacia grove. Sammy, calm and patient, notched an arrow on his small bow. The arrow flew, but missed. Hours passed. The sun was hot and their stomachs began to rumble. But just as they turned to head back, they heard a whimpering sound. A baby antelope lay tangled in a wire snare, breathing fast, too young to understand danger. The boys froze. "It's trapped," Leroy whispered. "Someone set a poacher's trap." They looked at each other. This wasn't what they came for, but it wasn't right to leave it. Sammy stepped forward and gently cut the snare loose with a sharp shell. The antelope limped away, pausing only once to look back before disappearing into the trees. By the river's edge, Chloe and Maya had reached the well, only to find it nearly dry. "It hasn't rained in weeks," Maya sighed. But Chloe, always exploring, pointed. "Let's follow the riverbed down. Maybe there's water deeper in." They walked under sun-scorched trees until they found a hidden pool, glistening in the shade of fig trees. They knelt to fill their jerrycans when Maya noticed something odd. A broken clay pot, half buried near the water. Chloe brushed it off. Inside were carvings of Swahili patterns, old and sacred. "This is ancient," she whispered. They took a moment of silence, honoring the ancestors, then made their way back carefully, carrying the full jerrycans. Home again. The 5 met near the big mango tree at the edge of the village. "We didn't catch any meat," Lenon said, embarrassed. "But we saved a baby antelope," Leroy added. "And found clean water," Chloe said, beaming. "And something special." That evening, the elders gathered as the children shared their tale. The village elder, Mzee Bakery, listened closely. "You went for food and found kindness. You fetched water and found history. Your journey fed more than bellies, it fed our spirits." He placed a hand on the old pot Chloe had carried back. "This belongs to our past. But you 5, you are the hope of our future." From that day, the 5 children were known as the guardians of the Kaya, protectors of the land, the water, and the stories of their people. Moral of the story. Sometimes the journey we take to help others leads us to a deeper purpose. True courage lies not only in strength, but in compassion, unity, and respect for the past.